Hello, and welcome back to Check-In. Today we are checking in with the equipment room, equipment checkout, and we are here with Tyler. Tyler, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Would you like to kind of introduce yourself, tell us what you study here at BYU and what you do here in the library?
Yeah, for sure. My name is Tyler Ditto. I'm from Washington State. I've been at BYU since 2019, and I'm graduating this December. So I'll be done. I just took my last class, and then I student teach in the fall. So I took my last final. I'm all done, which is awesome. Feels really good. And I've been working at the equipment checkout for almost 3 years now. So it's been a good job, especially a good campus job. Fun to get to meet a lot of people and work with cameras. I enjoy that. So
Awesome. Yeah, thanks a ton for being here. And can you kind of tell us what is the equipment checkout? Like, what can students do there? What's it for?
yeah, so the checkout place in the library, we check out a variety of items, anywhere from just a basic camera to lights, lots of tripods, microphones, and like we have all the supplies where you don't have to bring your own SD card, your own battery. We provide all those. And so it's really a cool place where if you just have like an interest or like you're curious about how to work a camera, it's a really easy way and it's free. So as long as you treat the equipment well, then the whole checkout process is free, and you're able to test out, your creative ideas. Maybe some of your classes require some video or photos, and it's just like a step above the average iPhone. So
Yeah. Do you guys have because I know with cameras, there's kind of Nikon people, there's Canon people. Is there like a brand you guys have mostly of, or is it?
yeah, good question. We have mostly Canon. We do carry Nikon, and we have some Panasonic. Don't carry any Sony, which is sad because I shoot Sony. But yeah, lots of Canon. Almost all of our lenses are Canon. We have some, basic Nikon cameras, and then a couple Panasonic. So yeah, mostly Canon.
Awesome. So you have cameras, lights, tripods. Is there
Yep.
anything else kind of
Yeah.
more niche you guys have at school?
Yeah, something else cool that we have is we have production studios. So kind of like a room that we're in right now. We're able to, record podcasts or do like product shoots, or like shoot with a model and have a nice clean backdrop. We also have a podcast room. So it's a nice table with 4 mics around it. So you're able to bring in your friends and record a fun podcast or a podcast for a class. And then we also have a sound booth. So if you're interested in starting your own, maybe band, or if you want to sing some songs, or, write your special loved one a nice song, you're able to do that in the sound booth. We have 3 mics and then a keyboard as well. So you can, play the piano and sing if you're talented, not like me. But,
Yeah. And so is that are all the mics kind of set up already? I don't know a thing about audio. Can I just show up and kind of hit record? Is it pretty straightforward?
It really is pretty straightforward, depending on what you're wanting to get out of it. But if you just want to record a basic song, the person working the desk could teach you in 2 minutes or whatever, and then you can get that track and put over some free online song, and then you'll have a cute little song for your loved one.
There we go.
So if you want to do anything basic, it's pretty easy. Obviously, there's a lot of creativity that comes with any sort of production and art. So that is kind of up to the patron, whoever's coming in. But the people at the desk usually know a bit about the audio and video.
And is it for these spaces, how does it work with timing? Can I check them out just for an hour? Or let's say I needed more time.
Yeah, good question. All of our studios, the default is 2 hours. So each patron can make 1 booking for 2 hours, and the limit is 1 per day. So if you wanted to come in, every single day and record, as long as you're good at reserving it ahead of time, then that would be possible. Because it's first come, first serve. So you can't show up at the desk and say, hey, I need the studio right now. If somebody else has it reserved already, then you're kind of out of luck. They beat you to it. And then for all of our equipment, whether it's cameras, microphones, lights, tripods, GoPros, all those things, It's a 3-day checkout, and same thing if it's first come first serve. So if you have one of the item and somebody needs it tomorrow, then I could only get it for today because they reserved it before me. But as long as you're good at reserving things ahead of time, you can always have it for 3 days. And yeah, I guess something else to note is another limitation is you can have one DSLR per week per person. So that helps make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to use a camera if they want. And people can't hoard 10 cameras or things like that. Yeah.
Are there any projects you've seen students working on that you thought were really cool, were really high quality? Anything that stood out to you?
Yeah. I've been here for quite a while, so I've seen a lot of them. But a recent one that comes to mind that they're working on right now is the tech transfer unit in the library. They come in and record podcasts. I think it's like every other week. And I was just looking at their YouTube channel, and they have like 30,000 subscribers. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty sweet. And so they come in and they bring in guests and check out the studio and record a podcast similar to this. And then they record, a batch of it, so a couple of them at a time. And because they have access to this free studio, they've got somewhat of a YouTube following, which is pretty awesome. There's lots of stories of people coming in and saying, hey, my friend needs me to shoot my wedding or their wedding. I've never done it before. Can I check out a camera? Which would be scary for me. But I'm like, yeah, like we'll show you what we have and you can kind of, test shoot and then decide what you like. But yeah, there's been, plenty of people that have come in and shot legit weddings, or, some people even have like a wedding business, like they shoot video and they just check out our cameras. So it's a good way to kind of get your foot in the door. And then once you get some clients, maybe being able to purchase your own equipment. So I think that's pretty crazy. I don't know where else you can get a free camera and like start a business based off of something totally free.
Yeah, I feel like usually when you're a beginner starting out something, whether it's a business or some sort of project, you're usually starting out with like the cheap equipment and then you kind of work your way up.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good way to like kind of skip that and you go straight to like a really high quality podcast room, good microphone equipment, good cameras.
Totally. And if you decide, maybe you can afford your own camera, but you don't realize you need lights and tripods and mics and all these things. So you can slowly build up your inventory as a creative. So it's not like the equipment we have is the best of the best. We can't give out $5,000 cameras for free. That's impossible. But anything is better than just shooting on an iPhone. The iPhones are great now, but being able to know what ISO is, what aperture, shutter speed, all of these things, kind of how they work in a camera is really, really valuable, especially if you're interested in eventually purchasing your own camera. So being able to kind of start somewhere, I think is important. And that's what's cool about the BYU like equipment room is that we have, free access for all these students and staff to at least try and maybe get a little bit better quality than what they're used to.
And are you guys that work in the room, are you pretty well versed in how all the equipment works? If I don't know how to use it going into it, can you kind of show me how it works to some extent?
Yeah. It's not like a requirement to work here that you have to be like a camera guy, but or camera girl. But as you work here, you in turn learn things. And so there's been plenty of people. Someone that worked here for almost 4 years. He started without knowing a single thing about cameras. And if you work here long enough, you'll learn things, especially about the cameras that we specifically offer. And so, yeah, if you come in, we'll in general be able to at least answer the rough questions depending on who's working that shift, and be able to help you, set up a general layout. And we train new employees so that they have, a general idea of how each of the cameras work and how to set up a good scene and things like that.
So you've been here for a little while here at BYU. Is there any general advice you'd give to students at BYU, just about anything in general?
Don't save American Heritage for your last class. I just took, it wasn't American Heritage, but my history equivalent of American Heritage because I did econ. And I didn't do very well in the final, but I passed. So that's all I need to do. but it was kind of like a lame class to end on. Like I loved my college experience, but like ending on a general that I don't necessarily like care about was a little bit lame. So paying tuition for one class for a class I will never use technically. I'd say you do your generals at the beginning, and then you can have your last year or two of the fun classes in your major, because I really had a lot of fun classes, but finishing with a general was kind of lame.
That's good advice. What was your favorite class you took while at BYU?
One of my favorite classes was an innovation class. It's just a 1-credit class, and I would say honestly every BYU student should take it. It teaches you how you meet or 2 times. You meet a Thursday and you meet a Saturday. And so it's super easy. You can fit it in your schedule, but they kind of teach you how to create a product. They give you a real client. So when I was there, we worked with Neaters, and they gave us a problem that they had. And then there's these different groups you work with, and you create a solution for their product. And then you pitch it to them, and then the winner receives like a small scholarship. So that was really cool experience. I didn't win or anything, but like super good experience working with like a real client and in a group. And it's 1 credit, twice a semester. Super easy.
Yeah, is that out of business school?
No, I believe it's through the engineering school. The class code I think is ENT 110, but one of my professors teaches it, Jeff Wright. Shout out Jeff Wright. He does a great job with that class.
Yeah, I feel like BYU is pretty good about getting our skills like into the real world, just in general. I feel like I've seen that in a lot of my classes at least. But yeah, that also seems like a good opportunity to use equipment that we can check out here in the library.
Totally.
So,
yeah. If I would have known about this, I took that my freshman year. And if I would have known about a free camera checkout place, I bet my group would have been all over it, trying to make a pitch for them. And yeah.
Well, is there any last things that we should know about your space, what you do here, that would help the students here?
No, I think just, take use of it. Over the course of the 3 years I've been here, the amount of people that come in has probably quintupled or whatever. It helps that we used to be in a little closet, and now we're in a nicer room. But we've added on an additional studio, added a podcast room. Our sound booth is a lot better. Just our studios in general are way nicer. We buy new cameras almost every year to help provide better equipment for the students. So even if you've used the room maybe a year or 2 ago, come in and see if we have anything new. We're always open to suggestions. So if you want something that we don't have, we can see if we can afford it, and if it's practical to check out at a free checkout place. So we get some strange requests, like we can't hold a $3,000 drone because you can't check that out for free. But if you have something that we don't have, or you want something we don't have, then ask. That'd be my request or my suggestion to all the students out there.
Well said. Well, everyone make sure to go check out the equipment checkout room. It's on the 4th floor here in the library. And thanks a lot, Tyler, for being here, for answering our questions. It's a really cool resource we have here at BYU. So thanks for checking in with us, and we will see you next time.